Cult Lords fans? We are back to do another movie review.
Back again!
This is Dane.
This is JR.
And we are the Cult Lords.
The Cult Lords.
And we are back, like I said, we wanted to do a movie review because, man, this movie has been gaining a lot of steam and publicity on the interwebs. People talking about it, people reviewing it, and we're like, all right, guess we should take our cues because seems to be in the zeitgeist, in the popular talk of the people. And the movie we're going to review is Barbarian. Crush your enemies. See the lamentations of their women. Is that what we're going to see?
Yes.
Crush your enemies. See them driven before you. And to hear the lamentation of their women. That is good.
No, that's a different.
What do you mean? I was looking forward to this the whole time.
You watched the wrong movie this weekend.
I thought we were supposed to watch Conan.
Oh, no. No. But it is called Barbarian. Mm-hmm. Not to be confused with Barbarians with an S. You see, a few weeks ago, a new movie came out on Blu-ray, and I thought, oh, Barbarians. This is that movie that we did a trailer review to, or trailer reaction. So I ordered it, got it in the mail, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, this doesn't look like the same thing.
What was it, anyways?
It's called Barbarians.
No, what did it look like?
It's similar. It has, like, we'll show you the poster here, but it has a guy and girl, like look like they're kidnapped with their arms behind them or something like that. So, but it's a different
totally different movie.
So this is Barbarian.
Well, this is a much better choice. I've been looking forward to this ever since we saw that trailer because that trailer was freaky.
It was a freaky trailer.
And it was like, we're going to do that sometime. I don't know when, but we're doing it.
We're doing it. So,
let's do this.
Before we do this, we have one simple request. That you go down and hit the subscribe button.
Smash it!
Hit the like button.
What are you waiting
Smash
for?
it!
And then tell us in the comments, what did you think of this movie? Is your rating going to be up to par with our rating? Or lower than our rating? Higher than our rating? Who knows? We're about to show those ratings in a second. But we need you to subscribe. And we do want to remind you, what are we about to go? What territory, Dave? Where are we going?
Spoiler territory?
Spoiler land!
Spoiler!
Yeah. We're just crossing the border into spoiler land. So
the Kobayashi Maru of movies.
What?
The neutral zone.
Oh, no, the Kobayashi Maru is like an unwinnable event, right?
That's because they went into the neutral as part of that story.
Okay. All right.
But it is still.
Okay. All right.
I want to know how many people picked up on that.
This is an unwinnable movie review. Can't win.
No spoilers. Once you enter the Kobayashi, whatever it is, territory.
Nobody knows that I rigged the review. So we'll do just fine, Dan.
Yes,
we'll do just fine. All right, before we start, we always like to have a drink when we do a movie review. That's been our MO for 15, 20 years, Dan. Well, not 20, 15, 16 years.
We've been doing that for that long?
About that long. So, what are we having today?
This movie's making me hot and bothered. Well, in celebration of this being a Barbarian epic, we're doing the Ardbeg Wee Beastie. So anyone who's familiar with Scotch, by the way, and peaty Scotch, this one sets the bar.
Yeah.
So, super smoky. And in this particular one, the reason they call it the Wee Beastie is because it's somewhat raw cast. They don't filter it as much, and so you're getting a lot more like flavor, but it's super smoky.
All right. I don't know if we will call this a Barbarian epic, but we will see.
We'll see. Yeah. I'm only giving you that much. You see what you want. Maybe you can get more after that. Smell the smoke.
Man, I can smell that smoke.
Super peaty.
Yeah.
But this is as it says on the back, reeking flavor in its path.
Okay. You're right.
Seemed appropriate
like
for a
wreaking
Barbarian.
havoc in its path. Wow.
I told you.
That is some smoke. It really is.
It's almost like the cologne you're wearing.
Oh, yeah. So there's no smoke in that. So
I thought there was some, but no.
No.
He smells really good, by the way. We can't convey that out.
Well, we both have large cologne collections, and like I haven't put on a cologne in a while. I'm like, I'll throw on a cologne today.
Spritz, spritz,
spritz, spritz.
spritz, spritz.
So, all right.
Spritz, spritz. Oh, what are we here for?
We are here for Barbarian. We always digress. We should have called ourselves the Digress Lords, because we do this every show. So, all right. We are here to review Barbarian.
Yes.
On HBO Max.
Yeah, I know.
You watched it. Did you watch it with your wife this weekend?
No, she wouldn't watch it.
She wouldn't.
She doesn't like the horror type flicks unless it's Halloween straight.
Oh, okay. So we are, 15 days past Halloween or so. So I guess
It's a short time period.
Yeah.
The month of October, basically.
Yeah.
And maybe 2 days after.
Yeah. All right. Well, I watched this also this weekend, and we'll talk about it. So
Yeah.
before we do the review, we always like to share our ratings, the Cult Lords ratings, and then tell you how we got to that rating.
But first,
oh, dang, preempting me.
I don't know where it was going.
We want to do the Rotten Tomatoes scores. All right. So, Dane,
Yes.
the Rotten Tomatoes scores on Barbarian.
I'm really actually anxious to know because I
You,
don't know about you, but I do my best not to get any advanced knowledge whatsoever.
I don't
about
look
the
at
movie.
these
And I
before
really
you-
it's really hard to avoid it because that score shows up all over the place.
yeah. You can
So-
talk to my dad about ruining a movie for me. He's ruined, like, a few movies for me that I
Really?
won't talk to him for a month.
Ugh.
Like, he'll go, oh, did you see that new James Bond where he blah, 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 blah? And I'm
Where
like,
he survives.
yeah, where he survived. I was like, I've avoided this for a month because I was waiting for it on Blu-ray. Oh, my God. So, anyways, I don't like advance
So
warning.
you're gonna have to take the turkey neck next Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
It's
that's
coming up
right.
this week.
That's right. All right, so
Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten
Let's do it.
Tomatoes, the critics gave this a 92%.
Wow.
Critics love this movie.
Woo.
Do the fans love this movie?
Mm.
The fans gave this a 71%.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Is this the first time it's ever been such a reverse like that? With the fan, where, fan low, critic high?
There's been a couple of other occasions, but that doesn't happen very often.
20 spread, right? A 20% spread?
21%. 21%.
That's amazing.
So,
Maybe it was disturbing to the audience.
well, now we are into this. Let's see what the Cult Lords ratings
yes,
are.
but more importantly.
That's more important. All right.
Okay.
On the count of
But
three.
we don't know. Never talked about it.
1, 2, 3.
All right. Oh, look at this. This is the first.
Lisa Simpson.
Suck.
Oh. So what? Oh, because of mommy.
Yeah.
I put, yes, let's see this tunnel. Let's just follow it and see where this goes.
All right.
You would always say that, right?
Lisa Simpson.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Even the chaos upstairs is
Yes.
on the high end.
All right, Dane.
But yes, that's interesting. That's the first time we've ever been that close.
Maybe.
Maybe
I
Even
don't know.
the dog is upset about this.
I know. So Dane,
Yes.
what are your first thoughts of this movie and how it's like set up? What the setup is?
Well, I thought the setup. I mean, I will say the movie was clever in the way that they kind of set it up because you really were kind of thinking, oh, this is going to be, don't go in there. Don't, you drove through this area. You're there. It's raining. They manipulated the audience a lot, by the way, because you didn't see anything.
In the
that
houses, yeah.
Yeah, in the house. Like, that house looks great. And, of course, it's dark and raining, so she can't see anything. But it's like, when they show it during the day, there's street lights. You can see, like, all the houses, like, completely destroyed.
I would be out so fast. I'd be like, I am never returning here.
Yeah. So she goes in, gets in, and then I thought it was a great setup because you kind of thought, okay, there's something going on here, and then it reverses,
Right.
because he's the guy that gets taken.
Right.
You assume.
Well,
And
yeah.
you find out, but
So this is Act 1, and this is setting it up, and they did a really good job. In fact, like it was getting pretty freaky. Like, oh, who's walking in the house? Why is the door opening up?
Yeah.
What's
they
going on?
consistently opened it up.
Yeah.
So I was actually, and this is going back to why I went negative on it. I thought there was some kind of control mechanism in the house, like somebody was deliberately opening doors and everything,
Yeah.
because it was so
And
consistently
then the door would
happening.
close and lock.
I know.
You
I'm
know?
like, come on. Because, I mean, we're spoiling here. There's no
We're not
payoff.
spoiling. We're in the spoiler.
We're in the
land.
There's no payoff. I
Yeah.
thought there was a control room where somebody was like pressing a button and the door would close. Then
That's
she was locked in.
total movie manipulation.
Yeah,
there.
this was completely ridiculous. Because
So,
the door
but-
was consistently closing.
Well, yeah, because later on I went back and thought about this,
Right.
where the monster or the lady mother is. It is like blocked by a door. Like I think there's something there. You have to open up a mechanism. You'd have to come up the stairs. You would have to open this door to go open her bedroom door, and then you're just going to leave it open this much, and then you're going to go back down. That
Right.
makes no sense. Why are you going to do that?
Never mind the guy sleeping with it,
The
having
guys-
a nightmare on the
Yeah.
bed,
Yeah, it
on
made
the couch.
Keith.
It made no sense. It
Yeah,
made no sense.
I mean, I agree with you on that point because
Yeah.
it was just like, what?
Right.
I mean, she's this I mean, I know, okay, she's walking around barefoot. She knows her house. She knows where the creeks are.
Right.
But still, it was a little like, what?
No, I
Never
know.
mind the fact that, how does she know how to open the door? It's locked.
I don't know.
So you have like a skeleton key there? Or use one of those really long, did you notice her she had like purple nail polish on or
Yeah.
something weird like that?
Yeah, it was pretty gruesome. But
Right.
like, there's just so many things. Like, okay, so the girl, she goes into her
Right.
interview, but she comes back. You know, there's a note
Yeah.
from Bill Skarsgard's character,
Mhm.
and I didn't know this actress from anything. You know, I looked to see what she was from, and she's from that show Black Mirror on Netflix.
Oh.
But
her,
I've never seen
her
that
name's
show.
Tess is on the show, but what's her name in real life?
Her name is Georgina Campbell.
Ah, Georgina.
Yeah. So, but you know,
Hey.
she's gonna go down.
The only thing they played true here is that she was very cautious at the beginning.
Yes.
You know, like there wasn't like, oh, the handsome guy. She
Right.
was like, I'm having none of that. I mean,
She's taking
they
pictures
really
of him.
played this well.
Yeah.
Like this makes sense, you know,
Because
that
you
this
know
is the
what,
way she
the-
would act, and one would act.
What they're setting up is like, you can't trust this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something's
Right.
off about this guy.
Exactly.
And so she's taking pictures of his ID. She's really nervous, but he does kind of put her at ease because he kind of knows people she knows and does things that
Right.
you know that's in her realm. So they have a good night of drinking wine and they go back to bed. So, but of
But let's
course,
get to the meat of the matter.
the meat of the matter. So she comes back from this interview and she goes downstairs to find that there is an underground passage. Now, once I get to the room, the very first room with a bed,
Old mattress.
an old mattress, blood, and a camera,
Right.
I'm out. I am so out. But she hears,
Help me.
and she realizes that there's another door there
Right. At
with
the
a
end.
hallway, or actually a long
That
staircase.
goes down.
Now,
That was.
if you go down that staircase, anything that happens is on you.
I would have been like, I'm going to call the police and tell them there's a tunnel
Right.
that goes
Right.
nowhere.
Yeah.
And I hear somebody screaming.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I guess she felt compelled to go help the guy.
Right.
At this point, she's been sympathetic to him and everything, but still, by yourself
Right.
with your iPhone.
So she gets down there, and
You got a
Bill
good charge.
Skarsgard's down there. His character is Keith. And he's
She
like,
runs into him in the hallway.
yeah, somebody's here with us. Somebody's here with us. And then, oh, it comes from behind him and just takes his head and
Bam, bam, bam! One big bloody pulp.
yeah.
Yeah, that was very abrupt because you were kind of like, "What the heck is this? Is this a vampire? What is this thing?"
Well, so if this
A
is
naked
just,
vampire, we should point out.
yeah, she had some. Let's put it this way.
I think the word is pendulous.
She had some free-flowing breasticis going on there.
Pendulous
Yes.
breasticis.
Yeah.
Woman, man. Now you gotta believe me. I'm saying, I'm telling the truth here. I'm speaking to you. I mean, I was nuts for the girl. And what did it to me was these big titties she had. For a 13-year-old girl, man. She wouldn't have had to worry about no titties for the rest of her life, boy. You know, she was set and she was looking good, son.
That's the truth, baby.
Yeah. Not more we can say past that. I mean, But anyway,
we'll flash it. No, we won't.
if this woman is just a regular woman,
Yeah.
is she going to have that kind of a strength? Just a...
Well, they explain... I mean, to your point, she does have, like, almost superhero strength.
It's like superhero strength because...
multi-generational inbreeding is like the term that they use to explain why she was so built and like super powerful and crazy at the same time, but somewhat quasi-intelligent.
Right.
But yeah, that was definitely a little bit of a stretch. And I was about to look this up earlier. Like, would that actually happen? Could you keep inbreeding to like get like somebody of like this kind of caliber?
Well,
I mean, I guess, but...
As the viewers, we have to suspend our beliefs in science and normal thought racial patterns that like somebody would go down there. So then, like, when that happens, lights out.
Uh-huh.
Now we're on the Ventura Highway. Justin Long's driving. Playing a little Donovan. Right? I think it was Donovan.
Like it was not good. Very good. I looked it up. Ricky Ticky Tacky is the name of the song. Tavi, yeah. And that was very funny because he's like, singing like he's having a great day. And then what happens?
Then Me Too happens.
Rape.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, at that point you're kind of like,
At that point you're like, did it
actually happen? But that's the thing about his character. Did you hear it was supposed to be Zac Efron?
Oh, really?
They wanted him to do it, and then he said, "Nope, I'm not doing it." So then they went over to Justin Long, and because of Justin Long's, the way he is, they completely kind of changed the way the character was in the original story. They wrote it more like how he is.
Okay.
And so I thought that way actually worked really well.
Yeah.
Because he started off as like you kind of felt sympathetic for him, like this is a Me Too thing. Mm-hmm. He's like just unfortunately being accused of something, but then the movie went along,
I was never on his side, but I was always neutral. I was always like, well, what's really going on here? Yeah. But then as the movie goes along, he calls his friend up, goes out, meets him in a club. Then you see that his side of the story, even though he probably thinks, there's nothing wrong with it, you realize he's in the wrong. By far.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he's wrong here.
But anyways... To your point, benefit of the doubt at the beginning, and then as the movie goes along, you realize, no.
Yeah.
He did.
So he goes to Michigan, and we got to say, this is in Detroit, Michigan. And Detroit has areas like this. Yeah. Where it used to be neighborhoods from the 50s, and all the houses are abandoned, burned out.
And this was called Brightwood? Wasn't that
I don't
the neighbor?
know.
I think it was called Brightwood. They filmed a lot of the outdoor scenes there, but then a lot of it was actually filmed in like Croatia or something, like Sofia. Yeah, it's totally a different area where the interior scenes were filmed.
I didn't research this movie,
so that was one thing. But you remember when they went back to the 80s? Because we're jumping ahead. I know we're all over the place here. Yeah. But remember the neighbor came up and said, "Hey, I'm selling the house."
Yeah.
He said something that I thought indicated why. Yeah. But I didn't catch it. Did you catch that part where he's like, "Oh, you know how things are going. We figured we need to put the house on the market."
I'm gonna assume white flight.
Is that you think it was that? Because
I'm gonna assume that's what that is.
Oh, okay. Because there were not a lot of whites in that neighborhood. Because he drove around for a while.
I'm sure that's not a white neighborhood today. So,
yeah, right.
And so this happened in a lot of urban areas as integration started happening during the 60s, and they called it white flight. As white people moved out to the suburbs, so
except the particular part where they showed the what's his name, the father. Yeah, that was the 80s.
Yeah.
So do you recognize that guy, by the way?
That was the White Walker King.
That was him, but he's also in Mandy.
He's in Mandy,
and he's in Batman.
Yeah.
He plays the Joker, and he plays the weird scientist in Mandy. I forgot he was
the Joker. I don't know him playing the Joker.
It was the very first one. He was the guy that shot... No, I'm sorry, not the Joker. The guy that shot...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Later, there was some Batman, right, that they implied the Joker, before he became the Joker, was the guy who shot... Bruce's dad?
Actually, that was from Dark Knight, right?
Yeah.
The guy who shot Bruce Wayne was not the Joker.
Yeah.
So... But in other iterations of Batman stories, it is the Joker. Like in the Michael Keaton Batman, it was the Joker that shot his dad. But yeah,
Manipulation.
Richard Brake is his name.
Yes.
And he was the White Walker
He loves
King.
to play the creepy actor. He's
Yes.
got these sunken cheeks. Or
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
tighty. You know.
Oh, what about that where he shows up to, like, that lady's house and he's, like, with the gas company. Says, I just need to look around. And all he does is goes into the bathroom and makes sure that the window's unlocked so he can get it later.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I know. They really subtly. I will say this about the movie: they did a great job subtly setting things up. Because I
have to tell you, this doesn't happen to me often.
Yeah.
This movie was freaking me out a little bit, like with her going down into the catacombs and all this stuff. At about the 50-minute point or somewhere around there, 60-minute, I said I need a little break from this movie.
This is after the head bashing.
Yeah, probably around there. I said,
Right.
need a little break from this movie. Sometimes I do this when I watch a scary movie alone. Need a little break. Need a call. Talk to my daughter, see what's going on. How was their day?
Get my heart rate down.
Yeah, get my heart rate down. Oh, how was your day? Great?
We get a bag out.
Yeah. My youngest daughter is applying to all these colleges. So I'm like, any colleges call anymore? Because you're getting all these acceptances.
Right.
So
She's
anymore?
like, Dad, I just was at an Airbnb recently.
Yeah. Oh, don't go to the Airbnb in Detroit. So
Yeah, there was speaking about that was another manipulation.
Yes.
All these Airbnbs are like, oh, we'll book double book, and we don't know, no one's answering the phone. It's like, come on.
yeah.
So, but yeah, that was definitely creepy when they went down there and they're going. You were getting like a claustrophobic. Type
and I
reaction.
think it wasn't after he got his head in. I think it was once Justin Long was down in the bowels of the tunnels looking around himself, and maybe he saw like the videos, playing, and he's down there measuring. Oh, how much more square footage?
That was ridiculous. He's like, this is awesome.
How much more square footage can I?
I can just add in all this space, I
love
ignoring
it.
the fact that who the hell built this?
Yes. Yeah. Like, oh, there's some cages there. Oh, well, let's get the square footage. I mean, it's always like when smart people do dumb things, you know what I mean? It's like, how smart are you? You got maybe a lot of book smart, but you have no street smart.
That was very funny.
That was the
when
time to get
he's like
that.
going down the stairs with the tape measure.
Yeah.
Like, you're going into complete blackness. Like,
oh, my God.
I mean, but I guess that's what people just do not think. That was complete innocence. You have no concept of, like, there might be somebody dead down here.
You know what it kind of reminded me of? We've talked about it before, but remember that Geico commercial where all the teens are like, in a scary movie, like, what do we do? What do we do?
Let's go hide in the shed.
And the one person who makes a smart comment, why don't we get in that running car and leave, right?
Right.
And they're like, that's a horrible idea.
No, that's terrible.
Let's go in the chainsaw
shed.
Yeah.
Let's hide in the attic.
No, in the basement. Why can't we just get in the running car?
Are you crazy? Let's hide behind the chainsaws.
Smart. Yeah, okay.
If you're in a horror movie, you make poor decisions. That's what you do.
This was a good idea. Shh. I'm being quiet. Breathing on me.
And the bad guy's just shaking his head like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
He takes his man.
That's what this almost reminded me of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and half the time they were going down there, and the other thing they ignored was like it's complete blackness down there.
Yes.
This woman grow like some kind of third eye that she can see in complete darkness.
Maybe.
Or she's just shambling around, feeling her way, or
maybe
heightened, hearing and all that. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess she is supposed to be kind of.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this at the end. What does barbarian mean? Stay tuned. But yeah, that was definitely creepy running around down there, and all those rooms where it was obviously the breastfeeding room,
Yeah.
and then to go and then he finds the original guy down there.
The original guy. So see, this once again started trying to make sense of this whole thing. So he's down there, and he's letting this woman run wild, and. But he's in bad health. How's he getting fed, taken care of?
Well,
he probably hasn't been.
He goes to Justin Long over there, and Justin Long's like, "What do you want? You want milk? You want water?" And the guy's like, "No." And then he's like, "Well, let me just move the table all the way over." And at first, I thought, "Did you see that bell?"
Yeah.
I thought, "Oh, for sure, he's gonna pull the bell, and the women's gonna come in here and get him."
Yeah.
But that was one thing I thought was pretty clever on the screenwriting part. that's not what he wanted.
Right.
He wanted a gun to kill himself because he was in such misery and the woman was keeping him alive.
But like, where's he getting the food and all
What do
this
you mean?
stuff?
She just came in and went...
Where's she getting her food? Is she like ordering Uber
running
Eats?
around the neighborhood and probably eating animals and stuff like? Because weren't her teeth like chiseled down?
Speaking of that, running around the neighborhood comment.
Yeah.
There's a homeless guy that lives in this neighborhood,
Right.
and like, it is kind of freaky when he makes his on-scene debut because he's running after the girl. Hey, hey! And she's trying to get into the Airbnb as
she
fast
thinks
as
he's
she can.
after her.
Yeah,
but he's trying to warn her.
He's trying to warn her. So like, how does he know, like, all about her and everything?
I mean, when you live in that neighborhood and you're trying to avoid authority and you're just living, to survive, you start noticing everything around you.
Well, apparently
and he knew
how to survive because he goes, "Oh, she's never come in here before."
That was very funny.
And then, like, the moment he says that, boom, she comes in.
Yeah.
How do you know she can't get in here?
Shit, I've been living in this place more than 15 years, and she ain't never came in this motherfucker.
That was another manipulation of his storyline there. Well, what was she doing right outside the cement? And would she really go through the wall versus just go through the front door or window or whatever?
Here's another manipulation on my part. When Tess tried to get out of the neighborhood and she talked to the police.
Yes.
And the police were so unconcerned.
He's like, really?
I mean, really, you crackhead? Like, if somebody says, look, I've just been in a house, there's a kidnapping going on or something like that, aren't the police almost obligated to go take a look unless they know something too?
Well, I mean, yes, to that in a normal circumstance, but I think that this is part of the core in Detroit. I mean, these neighborhoods are just completely like a war zone. So the cops probably come in, they're like, I'm not going in there. I mean, we don't know who's in there and whatnot. So
they went in and they looked at the door.
She thought they thought she was a meth addict.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And to their point, she definitely looked like a meth addict.
Because she had just gone through hell.
But I mean,
for 2 weeks.
And this is another thing I thought, okay, you're a smart girl. Why are you still completely going nutso? Like just take a deep breath and just say, hey, look.
Well, she's in hysterics.
Right, she's completely hysterical. She's
having
trying
an
to
anxiety attack.
Yeah. But then at the end, she kind of leaves under calmer circumstances. But let's get to the end here. So, obviously, she escapes. Or do you want to talk about the breastfeeding part with Justin Long? It's so creepy. He's like,
yeah. So, like, she actually, at first, she brings just down a bottle.
She's like, suck this.
Would you have sucked it? Like if the girl's telling you, just suck it. Would you have said, suck it? Would you have sucked it?
Well, that was a very astute scene on their part because it's like, no, I just got in the pit. I'm not sucking that because of the way it was like, where the hell has that thing been?
Yeah.
But then the woman's like, you gotta suck it! You gotta suck it! That was very funny. And then, of course, she treats him like a baby. Like, oh, he won't take the bottle. I need to give him the breastfeeding. And she's like forcing him in there. And his face. Well, Justin Long, I gotta give him kudos for the acting job in this because I've never seen him this way before. He did a great job. I mean, he was just like acting the part perfectly.
So if you want to kind of skip to Act 3, we're in Act 3, this ending part, they escape, right? And they go out, I think through the window is where they went through, both of them. And they're running down the street.
Well, the window is where she pulled them through, but then they came out no! Remember the woman escaped first, Tess escaped, and then rammed the mother into the house with the car.
Yes.
And so then she went back down, got Justin Long, and dragged his ass out.
Car doesn't work.
Yep. So they're walking down the street.
So they're walking down the street.
Oh, and we forgot, he shot her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
so he takes
that part I could see as an accident.
Yeah.
But what happens up on the water tower was ridiculous.
So he has a gun because the guy who shot himself, he took it. He shoots her by accident in the hallway, and then he feels guilty.
Well,
so he's trying to help her.
He does try to help her. He's like not leaving without her. He's going to save her.
So I'll give him that.
So I'm giving him this, right? So, but they end up getting up on this water tower.
Well, they meet up with the homeless guy.
Homeless guy's
and he's like, this is a great place to hang out in my place. She's never come around. We're back to that. He breaks through. Oh, we forgot. Rips the guy's arm off, which the amount of strength to do that.
Yes.
To rip his arm and then beats the crap out of him with his own arm.
This is where this could have been a better movie for me, except it fell all apart in Act 3.
Yeah.
Act 3 was like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. So they just built up all this suspense and everything, and they're building this world in Act 1, Act 2. I'm digging this. Then Act 3, it all kind of falls apart. But they're up on the water tower. This is the part that, I just rolled my eyes.
They're escaping because...
Justin Long thinks, he realizes there's a connection, a bond between this lady and Tess. So he throws Tess off the roof.
Right.
In hopes that she's going to jump off the roof to get her.
Go save your baby.
That is like a 5% chance to throw somebody's life away. You know what I mean? It's like ridiculous. But he was right. She goes running. No! Jumps. Grabs her in midair. Like, first of all, she catches up with her.
Well, I was about to go... I was about to do some research, like, what is gravity and how does that work?
I mean, like, if they jump
I think they both fall at the same rate.
I know. If they jump from an airplane, you've seen where, like, you can angle your body to gain speed and catch up on somebody. But from a 60-foot tower fall, no.
I mean, It would be like... There's no way she could manipulate and get underneath fast enough.
No. But she catches her in midair, turns her body,
and breaks her fall. Yeah,
breaks her fall to save her.
The only thing I thought about that, because I completely agree, like I think they totally blew it on that part, is that she did like a running jump and then went full out. Like, and if she has super strong legs, maybe, but no, it just looked totally hokey.
It's just ridiculous.
So then she's protected. He goes back down there and he's like, oh, wait, I'm really sorry I had to do that. Picks up Tess.
Yeah.
And then guess what happens?
The
mother.
Monster. The one last adrenaline kill from Scream, right?
Yes.
She comes and grabs Justin Long and takes those thumbnails and goes right into those eyeballs. And he's like, ah!
He's like, squeeze. Yeah. That was more gruesome than Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
I mean, they went full on with the whole...
They like applesauce coming out.
Right, did she break his entire skull? I mean...
I don't know.
We've talked about that. The force... I looked that one up. It's something like 650, inches of force or something to get, that much power to...
Inches of force or pounds of force?
Pounds of force or whatever it is. And so, that was another one. But... You did feel good. Because he got his comeuppance after all that.
Yeah.
I was well, sweet justice.
I would have rather him had his day in court and lose that. But anyways.
I guess.
Yeah.
But it is a horror movie. Somebody's got to be inexplicably blown apart in some form or another. So Tess then,
She grabs the gun and shoots her.
Mm-hmm.
And...
In the head, I think, too, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one of those, because she's like, bam! And then just goes walking off into the sunset. But I actually did not like that. I think there should have been more after that. I think something else should have happened. Because you want to know, is no one going to follow up about this entire thing? There's no cops showing up. She's just off, walking off through a neighborhood where,
So, Zach Kreger was the writer and the director.
Right?
Let's see what
This is his first movie.
Is it?
Yeah, he's done other things, but I thought this is the first one he was the writer for.
Yeah, this is it.
So they made this. There was a whole bunch of stuff. I did do some reading about this. They did. This is his first movie. They got some money for it and everything. The guy died, so then somebody else stepped in and gave some more money, and so I think they made the movie for $4.5 million, and it's made something like $50 million at the box office. So they made their money back.
That's right.
Hey.
Yep.
I wonder if this is going to...
And you wonder how Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Tears can get made. You just invest a few $1 million and you hope for that breakout hit.
Yeah.
But,
So, we gave our ratings. I thought it was enjoyable.
I enjoyed the whole movie as a whole. I really enjoyed Act 1 and Act 2.
Mm-hmm.
Act 3 was just a little bit too unbelievable. And you know what? A lot of times... You check your believability at the door on movies, right? And you just watch and you accept the rules of this world. But sometimes you want it to make some sense, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And when things are just ridiculously, not making sense, Yeah, it's hard to appreciate that.
Right, and I completely agree with you. I thought it was, to your point, Act 1, Act 2, I thought it was cool. The whole setup with this guy being a weird, like, you know, rapist, serial interbreeder, whatever. The tunnel system was so ridiculously creepy.
Yeah.
But then they turned it into like a superhero, you know, like super strength, like, you know, like the Hulk.
Right.
And that was the part, you know, to your point, it just kind of fell apart at the end. I mean, it was, you know, she rams, up to the part where she rams her with the car.
Oh, yeah, think about all the damage.
This is realistic.
Think about all the damage this woman's, like, taking.
Right.
She's been rammed by a car, she's fallen off a tower, and she's still alive.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's ridiculous.
Never mind, you know, did she never get shot? No one cut her? I mean, yeah. And the other thing, too, is they did a good job of not really showing her that much. Everything was very quick, so your imagination had to kick in, but still, they could have done a better job in the ending.
So, you've heard what the Cult Lords have to say about this. Overall, we both liked it. 8.3, 8.4, good scores. Could have been better. Could have been up to the 9s, maybe.
Yeah.
But we want to know what you think. Once again, we ask that you go and subscribe, like,
what are you waiting
comment.
for?
Every day, we're like, did we get another subscriber? Did we get another subscriber?
Who else can we kill to get a subscriber?
Yes. Who do we need to kill to get a subscriber around here? So yeah, go down, hit subscribe, like the video. We always need double-digit likes, and then we want to hear from you what you thought of this movie.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it? Did you have problems with some of the kind of unbelievable things that happened? Were you able to suspend your
disbelief?
You know, disbelief.
Audience
in some of this?
manipulation going on in this. Did you have to call anybody
Did
halfway through?
Did you have to phone a friend halfway through?
Right, I'm not sure. I need to talk through this.
Yeah, well. So, Dane, before we leave, I want to hear, what do you think Barbarian meant in this movie?
Oh, well, that's a whole nother open question there. I mean, me personally, I think it represented the alien nature of the inbred mother. Like, you know, basically there was a barbarian created out of a major amount of manipulation of the process.
Yeah.
So, what about you?
It was maybe it's Justin Long. He was the barbarian.
Well, there's a whole thing about that.
Who gets his comeuppance.
Because, I mean, that was the one thing that was good in the movies. There was these little tiny mini arches of all these different characters, and his was definitely one major arc.
for you know, I don't know, a 2-hour movie. I don't know how long this was. I did feel like they built up good background and character on Tess. Same with Keith. Same with Justin Long's character.
I think right? Was it AJ? It was AJ.
AJ.
Yeah.
AJ!
We could have got a little bit more out of the dad being in the bed with the whole creepy videotape collection.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I wanted to see more of that just because it was so creepy. Like, what's up with this? Because they never had him with the mother in the same scene.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was cut.
Well, we'll hear from our Cult Lords fans what
we
they
want to know
think.
what you guys thought.
Yeah.
Creeped out? Loved it? Or will never be able to go into a tunnel again?
I would never go into a tunnel by myself in the dark that I didn't know what was going on. So, yes. All right. Well, Dane, what lamentations do you want to hear from our
some lamentations. Am I finishing on? We need some peace and some